for me, to be honest, you have to look at experience and how to win games in situations like this. Now there is pressure for the three of them. All right. Now the most experience will come tops with addition of luck. All right. So let's. For me, no, that's the truth. You have to look at it. The most experience.
Just call it. Who is the league?
For me, I feel it's Man City's to lose.
All right, guys, we are doing something different now. I'm very sure the guys are going to capture this, and we'll come back to this for future reference. The four of us, we're going to call who's going to win the league.
All right.
Let me start from you. Who wins the league?
I'm not going to lie honestly. I think Man City wins it again.
Man City? Are you sure?
I think City.
No, don't analyze.
I'm analyzing. I'm from what I'm looking at. I think City
right.
win it.
IBK.
Farouk, I've said it since the start of the season.
For record,
I'll continue again. I think Arsenal wins it this time after 20 years.
1-1.
To be fair, like I said, it's City's to lose. City will win this. From what I'm seeing so far, like it's a walk in the park. All of them is a walk in the park for City. City will win it. City will come out top.
I think in the history of the Premier League, this is going to be the biggest and the best win ever. And I think Arsenal will also win the league, just like I have said.
Okay.
As we get to the business end of the season, everybody is screaming Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. And for obvious reasons, a lot of English fans want Arsenal to win it and end that 20-year drought of not winning the top flight title out there in the English Premier League. Also somewhere, there's also the Champions League game that we are expecting this midweek. Great games across Europe. For me, the club most glamorous, prestigious football competition is back in our face, and I just can't wait for us to get them going. 4 games to be precise, and we will also be talking much more about that on the later course of the program. My name is Farouk Adesola, the Sports Bamba. You're welcome to the best sports show anywhere on planet Earth. Best of the best sports show with the best guys on set. Well, where do I start from? Let me start from the Lamba one. They call him IBK Sport Lamba. How you doing?
I can't be Sport Lamba.
How you doing?
I speak facts and correct that.
And educate people.
And educate people. I've educated you on this show uncountable times. Please reintroduce me.
Well, moving on. At this
So
point
you
in
will
time,
not introduce me. No,
there's a man that we all respect so much. If I talk about the man we call Ego, Ego man, Achimwego, the man for the big occasion, Roy, but not King.
Farouk,
It's been a while.
Yeah. It's been a while. The holiday actually helped, at least we relaxed. And thank God, at least if not for another thing, I'm happy for the very reason that Chelsea came out tops against Man U. It was a relief of the season for me, especially coming.
And a lot of Chelsea fans don't frame that result.
We framed the result in our houses. You understand? So for all the sins of Pochettino, that was enough.
Well, if there's one man that has been consistent in saying "poach out," regardless of any result, this guy came out
Still
with
poach out.
the man. He's like the.
Oh man, fine. I'm not going to that. I'll still poach out. It's funny how Chelsea has fallen to the point where beating Man U is now
like a trophy.
Do you understand?
No, it's not about beating Man U.
I think the manner of the defeat. Yes. I get that the manner in which we won was very. I honestly, if we had just won 2-0, it would not have felt as good as it felt.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I said the difficult wins are always sweeter.
Yeah.
Who
would have believed that? Who would have believed that in less than 5 minutes, Chelsea scored 2 goals in less than 5
All right,
minutes?
guys, we are not.
What is the story of the days? I mean, I'm still.
All right, guys, we are not heading that route. We are not talking about Chelsea and Manchester United because that game I saw that day was a game between 2 fools. One was just a weaker fool, other than the other. You can just solve that.
We have to collect 3 points.
You can solve that. You can solve that puzzle all by yourself. Now let's get into action. Let's start from the game that we saw over the weekend. Fantastic game everywhere across Europe. Let's start from the English Premier League. Well, we are getting to the business end of the season, and all these big teams are finding ways to get results everywhere they go. For Arsenal, they went to Brighton. Let me come to IBK, and Brighton have not lost since August at their stadium. But Arsenal went there, arguably one of their best away performance of the season. They were professional, efficient, scored when they had to, and they kept another clean sheet, making it back-to-back clean sheet this year on the road.
Well, the fact that Arteta and his boys were very patient against Brighton. I think that shows that they have become a team that now understands the winning mentality.
Absolutely.
Because an Arsenal that everyone knows will probably be naive going into a game like Brighton. First 10 minutes, you will be like, oh, you need to, this is a must-win game. You start shaking, missing chances. But they were very, very, they were patient. They knew that they were going to get that win. But being patient also helps in building plays, trying to create more chances, developing how you're going to penetrate the opposition's defense and the rest. And they got it right. That penalty was spot on. Good turnaround by Gabriel Jesus and fantastic goal from Bukayo Saka. And like I always say, I think Arsenal have become a team that we should all respect, and they have shown why they deserve to be the champions this season. Whether you don't like Arsenal, whether I like Arsenal, I think for me, they well deserve it. They've least considered any goal this season in the Premier League. They've not lost any game this year. So I think for me, the formidability, the ruthlessness of this Arsenal side deserves at least a Premier League trophy this season.
Well, still staying with Arsenal, Izu, I became mentioned something deservedly. I also agree that of all we have seen all through the season, Arsenal deserve to win the league. But fortunately, they cannot separate.
It's not
you cannot separate. Honestly, no. You can't separate Arsenal from the rest. Talking about Liverpool and Man City, just 1 point separating them, except that they have more goals difference than Liverpool. But if we are supposed to award the Premier League based on what we have seen so far this season, do you think that Arsenal is that team?
I think they're the team.
Why are you stuttering?
No. I'm not. Obviously, there's no denying the fact that I don't want them to win it. I'm going to put that out there. I hope they don't win it, but if they do, all the best. I cannot do anything about it. But then again, the thing is, they started this year and they started really well. Towards the end of last season, there was time where they slipped up. They were losing games. They should not have lost. They lost to West Ham. I think they lost Southampton. They had a very difficult game against Luton Town and they had 4-3. You get. I think there was time where they went to like 6 games where
as well.
They were able to muster up one win and all of that. Anybody thought, okay, Arsenal are back again. The elephant has fallen from the tree. Last season was a fluke. There was all of agenda, going around. And then Christmas came. The New Year came and they managed to pull all of that behind them. That just shows you the amount of growth that has happened in the space of 1 year for them. Because it was at this point last season that they started to slip up.
Even before this point.
Dropping points, they lost Saliba. They kept losing Jesus back and forth. And luckily for them this season, they've been able to keep most of these players fit. The pairing of Gabriel and Saliba, formidable at the back, they've kept a lot of clean sheets. The addition of Daniel Raya to the team, how they like to play out from the back. Ben White's having the season of his life, all those little things. Addition of Declan Rice and all of that.
The addition of Declan Rice actually.
Beyond that, Saka said something instructive over the weekend, saying that they have learnt from last season. Do you think they really have? Because the way they are playing, there is no pressure on them. Unlike when they won one game against Aston Villa at the date, they were celebrating last season as if they have won the league, and just one crack, everything went south. Do you think they've actually learned and also at least improve on the players' depth? Because there's one player that I've seen that team. Forget Saliba, forget Gabriel. These guys are fantastic. But Declan Rice showed that it was that piece.
Of course, that's what I'm trying to say. See, in fact, Declan Rice is not the piece. He's actually the base of that team. He actually controls, if you look at Arsenal currently, he actually controls the manner at which Arsenal plays. He protects the defense very well. He's currently arguably the best midfielder in Premier League currently. You understand, as in defensive midfielder.
Holding.
You understand? Yeah? Holding midfielder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Currently in the Premier League, he's having the form of his life. Arguably, I said. You understand? So seriously,
Declan Rice and Rodri.
No. Arguably. So it's
you can argue bring in Rodri. Rodri is clear.
But I think Rodri is clear.
Rodri is clear. But Rodri is clear Rodri is clear in terms of class. But in terms of what they've achieved this season, I think Rice has actually improved.
If you look at the impact
from the Rodri is having his best season as well.
I think
Rodri has scored more goals
than Rice.
No, in his career
so far. I think Rodri is having a good. I think Rodri is having a better season personally.
I don't agree.
But the reason why I'll tilt your head and say, okay, look, when you look out all round team play, can give it to Rice is Gabriel and Saliba were fantastic last season.
Yeah.
But they were not this good when Partey was the
holding
midfielder
midfield
in front of them.
Yeah.
You know, adding Declan Rice to that, and that's not realizing that, okay, look, Rice does not help us in our build-up. But that defensive cover is very solid. We're better
everything right.
when
He can
he's
do
there.
everything.
That's what I'm trying to say. So,
and then
see,
he has even improved in his
scores
ball carrying has improved.
Exactly.
He can play as a box to
Exactly.
box. But I think the defensive part of his game is what has helped us now much more.
that was why I said
that was
he's arguably
all right,
arguably the best holding midfielder.
Let's get to another title contender in City. Going all the way to Crystal Palace, getting a very vital, important 4-2 win ahead of the Champions League match against Madrid. You don't want to enter into that match, not securing the job. And Pep, experience, said he's not even thinking about Madrid. If he were to be 28 points ahead of his rivals in England, he would say, okay, let's talk about the Champions League. But the focus was Crystal Palace, and KDB again came to the rescue.
Well, City will always be City, and I think for me, Crystal Palace is not really enough challenge. They've also struggled this season against any
opposition. But they always give Man City a tough time.
Against any opposition at all. So I think for me, what we should all be looking at is the fact that City have the more, easier fixtures going into the rest of the season.
We'll get there.
You get so against Crystal Palace. They also were quite patient. They knew that they were going to get a win in that. I think it wasn't a game that we expected City to struggle. I was thinking maybe Crystal Palace would probably put up a fight, but they didn't. And let's see if the next fixtures will give them a tough time.
Let's talk about the game of the weekend. United at Old Trafford against Liverpool. For all the good job Klopp has done, and for all the malignment we have given to Erik ten Hag, he has not been beaten at Old Trafford by Jurgen Klopp. 3 games so far. He has won 2, drew the last one. That was a 2-2. And you begin to wonder what kind of United will turn up. How would a Liverpool side dominate the first half, 15 shots to 0 of United, and they still end up drawing that match? Is this a wheel in the clog for the aspiration of winning the title? Because now they are second based on goal difference behind us now.
So what I saw in that game was anxiety. So Liverpool were so anxious to actually get the result. When you're playing, like you rightly stated, Arsenal against Brighton, they were patient. Liverpool weren't patient. You understand? They were trying to go
They were too eager.
They were too eager. You understand, to get the result done. And you're playing against, whether you like it or not, Man U is a big team. Yeah. You understand? They've got players that can actually hurt you on the counter, Garnacho and whatever.
Big team.
No. When I say big team, don't misunderstand. When I say big team, what I mean is, whether you like it or not, they've got.
Don't mind, the Man is a big team.
They've got
the biggest team in England.
They've got pacey wingers. They've got pacey wingers that can actually hurt.
It's a big team.
It's a big team.
United are not to fly now.
So so generally, what I feel or what I felt that happened was that both teams were just complacent as regards, what do I get and how do I go about it and all of that. So, but all in all, I think Jurgen Klopp is in the 3-horse race. I think Jurgen Klopp is actually the one that will miss out.
Okay, take it us to the 3-horse race because we don't have too much time. There's other ground we have to also cover.
Why is it only
Talking about the 3.
No, I feel considering
let's
kind of play the Arsenal here.
Let's see their running for the end of the season. Here it sits on your screen for Liverpool. The next game, they've got Crystal Palace, they've got Fulham, they've got Everton, West Ham. All those 3 games are on the road. Tottenham Hotspur also on the road. They have Aston Villa, and they'll play against Wolves for the last game. That is still manageable. For Pep Guardiola, Luton Town, anywhere they are playing that one, favorite. Tottenham Hotspur has always been a winning clock for City, Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, Fulham, West Ham United. That looks very, very good for City of all. Then for Arsenal, a mountain for them to climb. They've got Aston Villa, they have Wolverhampton Wanderers, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Bournemouth, second to the last match of the season, Man U at Old Trafford, and Everton, who are also trying to avoid the drop, also at Goodison Park. Now, let's look at these 3 quickly. And let's have our own, verdict. Let me start with Izu. Of this running, which club have got the big task? Like, how do I navigate this fixture?
It's easily Arsenal.
But they're in form.
Yeah, they are in form, yes, but you have to look at the teams that you're playing against. Let's analyze it. Aston Villa is looking to finish,
Champions League.
Champions League spots
Ahead of Tottenham.
And now there's Man U that is chasing. You can say they slip up. Man is always slipping up. But then again, Aston Villa cannot leave it to chance. You understand? So there's Aston Villa who are playing very well this season.
I don't know if Arsenal.
Against a former Arsenal coach, so you want to prove a point.
I think Villa have actually dropped off because they dropped points against City.
Yeah.
They dropped points against Brentford despite going 2 goals ahead.
Yeah.
So Arsenal in form, that might be a walk in the park for them. But then again, it's English Premier League. Nothing is ever the way it's supposed to seem. Then there's Wolves, should be an easy game. That Chelsea game will be difficult.
Yeah.
Aside for the fact that, it's just, first of all, it's a derby. You understand what I'm saying? And then there's the side of your Chelsea. You don't want to be the reason why Arsenal have been very easy winning the league.
We've actually helped Leicester City win the league
ahead of our. You get so
Tottenham. We may actually
understand that. And understand that Chelsea is not. It's not in a place where you cause them a lot of headache.
Yeah.
But the problem with that team is they're very inconsistent, and those are the kind of teams you don't know what you will get on the day. It's the same thing that happened against Liverpool and Man U.
Yeah.
Everybody kept saying, "Oh, Liverpool will go there and win."
Exactly.
But the team that turned up in the second half seemed like they had something to fight for. Despite the fact that yes, Liverpool got committed at some point and all of that. Inconsistent teams are teams you really don't want to play when you're gunning for the title, because the side that might show up that day might not be the one that you prepared for, and then something happens, you slip off and the title's off your hands. Then there's Tottenham, very good side too. You get, they're trying to finish in a European sport. Their coach knows what he's doing. They look like everything is going well for them. That's going to be a lot of fixture. Bournemouth, another very difficult side.
Yeah,
they showed Man City hell the last time they faced off. You get, and these are people who it's the end of the season. Nobody wants to drop unnecessary points. The battle at the tail of the table is very, very tight. People don't want to drop points so that you don't go from being safe to now fighting for your life. There's Man U, same thing as Chelsea, very inconsistent. You don't decide they're getting on any each day. Man U might lose to a very funny team the game before. So anybody say, Man U, Joe, I beg Arsenal don't win them. Then they go and meet Arsenal and it's a completely different story.
And it comes out to
Everton struggling to stay in the Premier League, coached by Sean Dyche. That's another side you really don't want to meet unless you have everything going for you. But then again, Arsenal seem to have learnt from last season. Yeah. Arteta is their manager. So let's hope he can, put them in a way where they'll be able to navigate all these things easily.
Well,
for me, I think they have the hardest run.
Okay, Izo has walked us through Arsenal running. Let me come to IBK. I think I'll allow you to do justice on Pep Guardiola. He's running. We already know that they have the hardest, but I'm still not, convinced that, this team presently can do the job against this side.
When Izu was talking, I was thinking he was going to give some respect to us now. To be honest, yeah. I think his analysis wasn't fair enough because team's antecedents is very important.
Mm-hmm.
I always say a team topping the table at match day 32 isn't a fluke.
Never.
A team that has beaten Liverpool and Man City this season isn't a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing you could have said is maybe there are some fixtures that if Arsenal did not turn up, I don't think it's about the other team turning up.
If you look at the 3 teams even competing, the table between and amongst them, the 3, Arsenal tops the table.
I think it's more of
no. When you say Arsenal,
hold on. I think it's more of will Arsenal be Arsenal on that day? Not will Man U be?
No. IBK, you have been unfair.
In the end, you brought up a stat that Arsenal played the Brighton that has not lost at home since August.
Okay.
And Brighton did not score a goal at home. They conceded 3 goals. Arsenal were dominating that. They dominated that game all through.
Yeah.
Let me leave Arsenal. I'm just saying that.
What was this game? No. Arsenal won 1-0. They almost lost that match.
That is the point.
Not like almost.
A title winning team grinds out result whichever way they want to do it. I've seen City do 18 winning runs, and the 1-0 in those results will be like 8-9, 9-1-0 result.
Yeah.
Like a result that you don't even expect that they're going to win. So in the end, let's go to Man City. Sorry, I said Man United. They are not in the title race anyways. Let's go to even top 4 race. I know the Man City. Now, City are playing they are playing some teams that will be fighting relegation battle.
Yeah.
You have Luton Town, you have
Nottingham
Forest. You understand? So Luton Town is at the Etihad, and I think they should easily win that. But Nottingham Forest away at Nottingham Forest, that is a banana spill for them.
But they will win.
I know they will win, but Farouk, in the end, they've got more away games than home. Arsenal have got more home games than away, even though Arsenal has tougher fixtures. Why for Liverpool? Liverpool are playing 3 away games on the bounce, which for me, I think is also a big banana spill for them, because they will be playing against Fulham, Everton, and West Ham. These are very difficult sides. The good thing for them is that Fulham have dropped form. I don't know what happened, but they've dropped form. I
think it was a game against Nottingham Forest where they picked up 3 injuries in 30 minutes.
Yeah, so I think that's what that shouldn't be a big thing for them. Against Everton, that's a Merseyside derby. I really don't think it should be a walk in the park, but Farouk, they are going to Goodison Park. Everton would not want to throw out Merseyside derby. Why for West Ham? You don't know what you might get from West Ham, but like I always say, I respect Liverpool because the fact that there's a reason they are sitting on top of the table with us now. You can't write them off. Liverpool have come out from losing position on about more than 10 times this season.
Yeah, that most points.
So
29 points from losing position.
So you can't take any of this side. I think what would just go for any of this side is maybe a little bit of luck. Like they say in football, there's always luck.
Just wrap it up with Roy. No need for analysis. Which team do you think will eventually get the fortune of luck and also have easiest running?
For me, to be honest, you have to look at experience and how to win games in situations like this. Now there is pressure for the 3 of them. All right. Now the most experience will come tops with addition of luck. All right. So let's. For me, no, that's the truth. You have to look at it. The most experience.
Just call it. Who is the league?
For me, I feel it's Man City's to lose.
All right, guys, we are doing something different now. I'm very sure the guys are going to capture this, and we'll come back to this for future reference. The 4 of us, we're going to call who's going to win the league.
All right.
Let me start from you. Who wins the league?
I'm not going to lie honestly. I think Man City wins it again.
Man City? Are you sure?
I think City.
No, don't analyze.
I'm analyzing. From what I'm looking at, I think City
right?
win it again.
IBK.
Farouk, I've said it since the start of the season.
For record,
continue again. I think Arsenal wins it this time after 20 years.
1-1.
To be fair, like I said, it's City's to lose. City will win this. From what I'm saying so far, like it's a walk in the park. All of them is a walk in the park for City. City will win it. City will come out top.
I think in the history of the Premier League, this is going to be the biggest and the best win ever. And I think Arsenal will also win the league, just like Abigail have said.
Okay.
Let's put an end to the issue of the Premier League. There was also a big game in Italy, the Rome derby. Roma has changed since they sacked Mourinho. They are sitting pretty 5th on the table right about now, and hopefully they can continue to climb and catch up with the team in 4th. That is Bologna, being coached by Thiago Motta. Fantastic goal by that guy called Mancini from the back after a very sweet corner in the first half, and now they continue from where they left off. They've only lost 1 game in Italian Serie A since
Brighton
took over. Now let's go to the biggest of the biggest club, most glamorous football competition all over the world, and the first stop has to be at the Etihad Emirates Stadium in London, England. Bayern Munich, they have shown us every kind of reason. They've shown us every reason for us to say they can't win. But one guy is still very much particular, saying regardless of what happened over the weekend, over the season in Bundesliga, Bayern will not just go to Emirates, they will teach Arsenal footballing lesson. Arsenal, Emirates Stadium against a stuttering, a depleted, a deficient Bayern Munich being coached by a lost coach, Thomas Tuchel.
I keep telling people Champions League football is totally different from league football. I agree. Do you understand what I'm saying? Champions League is for the men. League football is in Champions League. That is where you say the boys are separated from the men. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's actually what happens. The mentality you play champion. I'll give a typical example. The year Chelsea won Champions League, actually, we were doing so badly in the league, but we won the Champions League eventually. The same thing happened to Real Madrid. Real Madrid weren't playing so well, in the league side, but they came and they won the Champions League.
So are you saying that for you to win the Champions League, you have to not do well?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you don't have to judge a particular team with their league form in the Champions League. It's a different mentality altogether. So I know it may not be a straight win for Bayern Munich, or it will not be an easy game for Bayern Munich. But I know that winning Champions League winning mentality will come to bear, and I don't think Arsenal will win Bayern Munich.
IBK.
Well, Arsenal are a big side now, and I think you really cannot write them off. The fact that Bayern are actually struggling, and I'm surprised people are giving Bayern a chance against Arsenal. It's quite funny. This same Bayern lost to Lazio, and if Lazio had, played how they played in the first leg, they'll probably be playing against Arsenal now. So in the end, I think it's more flattering that we are analyzing this game. I believe it should be a win, like not easy, but it should be a win for Arsenal against Bayern Munich.
Izu, quickly.
I've always been team Arsenal in this fixture.
Okay.
All right. But I was hearing things like before the break, I heard things like Bayern have found their form. They always sleep up. They'll wake up at some point in the season, and then they bottle the 2-goal lead over the weekend. I've been team Arsenal in this fixture. There's nothing Tuchel and Bayern have done this season to convince me that they have what it takes to go all the way in the Champions. I don't know.
I think that nails it. Let's go to Atlético Madrid against Bayern, Borussia Dortmund. There's no need for us to really analyze this. Who takes that? First leg, Atlético Madrid.
Anybody wins. Atlético has been stuttering this season. They've been blowing hot and cold. So you really cannot say. In fact, they've lost ridiculous matches even at home. You understand?
Now Atletico, Atletico should win it.
So let's go to one that concerns IBK. PSG.
No, we are not doing Madrid.
No, we'll do that last.
Okay.
PSG against Barcelona. There's a lot of things to watch out for in this match. The history between the two clubs, their past fixture, even players swapping, club for the other. A coach that have coached in Barcelona now, in PSG. The man that have coached, he won the last Champions League. The man that's coaching them already coached the coach of Barcelona right about now. So for all those histories between them, what's going to be the outcome?
I think Barca have picked up form. And
since this man said he was going to leave.
I
like that Sakama you use for them.
Again, the boys have maybe they want to give him a proper send off because
I still feel that Sabi will be the coach next season.
Even Deco came out to say that he's tried to persuade Xavi to stay, but let's see if he will stay. But to be honest, I'm probably that I criticize Xavi, but I think he should stay. Even if it's for 1 month year, I think he should stay. And against PSG, yes, Kylian Mbappe would want to, sign out well. He will want to show that maybe let me just give these people something they would forever remember me for, because I think him leaving this time around, a lot of players have won the league for them, they won the cup and the rest. So the Champions League will be different now. And Farouk, again, I think it will be a draw. The first leg will be a draw. But I see Barca coming out of these fixtures with a victory.
Okay, so in addition to what you said, because Mbappe is coming to Spain, I feel he would want to show the Spanish side.
First leg actually is in France.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he would want to show them. You understand? All
right, guys.
I feel. I'm calling the result now, right?
Barca did it.
No,
we'll call it. Let's go to the last. Let's go to the last two winners of the.
We who similar team.
Let's go to the last two winners of the champion. Let's go to Osime will not like this. Osime will not like this.
I don't like.
Wait till Osime still wait until he will like this.
As in Osime got listening.
Osime, we are sorry about it. Just jokes, right? Let's go to the winners of the two Champions League edition, Madrid and Man City. I think that's the biggest game for us to even analyze. And there are a lot of reasons. A lot of people feel that Madrid are a better side than Man City.
True.
But me, I don't watch football. The guy way I watch football. And once I know that your coach is Pep Guardiola, I don't care who is coaching.
You're talking about
Ancelotti. I understand better.
Farouk, the funny thing about these fixtures, the last couple of meetings, Man City have been dominating.
Yeah.
The only time we gave Madrid a chance was that comeback.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't, I would say
they're not coached by Pep.
It wasn't as if Madrid were the superior side.
Honestly,
See, I
it
always
was
say
just
that
moments.
a team like City will actually dash you the win. It's not as if you
You earn it.
earn it. I'm no disrespect to Real Madrid. And again, the good thing for City again this season is that they are going to
Bernabeu
first. And even Ancelotti was not happy with the fact that they have to play at Bernabeu first. You remember
But
what
Madrid have been resting for 8 days.
Farouk, if they like, they should rest for
For
40
2 years.
days and 40 nights and twice on public
Holiday.
That's 82 days.
Absolutely.
Farouk, Shinana, they not go see for this game.
Okay, you see,
Shinana,
it is total disrespect to Madrid for a club that has won this
14 times.
14 times. When you speak to them in this manner, someone might think you're talking about Luton Town. You understand?
disrespect Madrid.
You understand? Of course, because he's backer.
No disrespect Arsenal.
Exactly. No. He's speaking this way because he's a backer fan. You understand? But the truth is,
they didn't inform.
what
So
informed?
you don't realize you should Madrid.
No, wait.
Bayern didn't inform. Bayern didn't inform.
No. I'm not talking about Bayern now. I'm saying, looking at that fixture, you say if they rest for 40 days and 40 nights.
And twice on public holiday.
And twice on public holiday. Nothing for them.
No. You see, that was why I said. You see, that was why I said it is total disrespect.
Nabazo.
No.
No
See,
single chance.
wait down. Let me think. It is total
Wait, I'll
disrespect
take this
to
again.
Real Madrid.
Let Madrid rest for 40 days and 40 nights and twice on public holiday. Make it how many days?
8
days.
The two probably is Tuesday and this thing.
They go see chop out.
So, you know, when you speak this way, I want to look at the players in the team side by side. All right, Madrid has.
It doesn't work that
way.
way. All those
Now, hold on. No,
I feel it doesn't work that way, to be honest.
If you don't allow me to make my point, then you probably will not understand me.
Okay.
All right. Madrid is
Bring it
still,
on, bring it on.
Madrid is still Madrid, whether you like it or not. They have this winning mentality.
Mm-hmm.
They've got new additions. Brahim Diaz, what's this guy? Jude Bellingham. Their injured players have all returned. That is Vinicius Junior. That is Rodrigo. For crying out loud, when you undirect these people, they will come at you. Now let us look at Man City. All right. The Man City team you are overhyping are not the City of last season. They have shown they have shown their vulnerability this season. Do you understand what I'm saying? They are not as formidable as they were last season. And I can tell you we can actually bet on this if you want, but I can tell you very vividly that the best Man City can get in Bernabeu is a draw.
All right, let's call it.
Getting a draw in Bernabeu.
No more betting.
That's the best.
For now.
I said the best they
If
can
you
get
get a
is
draw, Madrid will not be happy with that.
All right.
Because
Let's
I don't see
Madrid can get it
Madrid.
done. Madrid can get it done in Man City.
We only
They have done it before. What are we talking
We
about?
only call it 2 games. It's going to be Arsenal and Madrid. And this time around, if you call it wrong, we go hammer you for the next show.
Okay.
I don't know why producers know they always.
I don't know if you get it wrong because
they drop.
Roy seems to be very.
I've got
No.
I'm
I mean, you don't get it wrong.
You waited.
Now who transfer pass for this show?
You see?
Record transfer, who get a pass?
You don't lose.
You don't have you
I
transferred?
just
Have you
once.
transferred? or
Just
not?
once.
So
You
that's
don't
enough.
3 times.
I never transfer
That's enough.
anything.
Because you know they run now.
You did a
Akagom.
I
You
will
did a
transfer. All right, guys, let's just call these 2 games.
Akagom.
Let's call these 2 games and we end up with the Super Falcons quickly.
All right.
Arsenal against Bayern Munich. They think again.
Quick one.
No.
You don't talk on before now.
Okay, are we putting the scoreline to it or who
No, who
wins?
qualifies?
Who qualifies?
No, first leg. The
First
outcome.
leg.
Okay, first leg out. Okay.
First look outcome. I don't know the goal line, but Bayern win.
Bayern wins.
Yeah.
IBK.
3-1.
Arsenal wins.
Yeah.
Very bold. Arsenal wins. I don't know the scoreline, no, but I think
Okay, let's go
Arsenal
to the
wins.
next one. Madrid against
Of
Man
course,
City.
Madrid wins.
Easily, right?
Madrid wins. I don't know the scoreline. Could be
IBK.
1-0, but Madrid wins.
1-2. City.
City wins.
I think they will draw the Bernabeu.
Draw at the Bernabeu. Well, that's fantastic. Well, guys, you can put all your money on
The
it.
PSG
But,
and Barca.
no, let's leave PSG and Barca. They will sort themselves out. Those are the 2 big games we are focusing more this weekend. Finally, let's talk about our beautiful Super Falcons, the best side in Africa. They've been at the top of the top ranking for over 22 years as the best side in Africa. But there's a certain team, Bayern are catching up with us. They have won the last 4. Before that fixture, 1-0 in Abuja. They've won the last 4 in 5, but now we have the best. We have the recent result against them. But it is vital. We have not been to the Olympics since 2008. That's a long time ago. And we hold a very slim margin to Pretoria, and that match will be played on Thursday. And we know that arena they are playing is sold out. In Abuja, we can count the number of fans there. But there, it's sold out. And you know that South Africans, they don't like us. It's not like we
No,
are
they
saying,
don't-
they don't like us. When it comes to
whatever.
competition, song, football, they feel they are better. But we know that we are way clear ahead of them. IBK, what should we, doing in the second leg to see us off into Olympics?
I think the qualification is in our hands. I feel that the game in Abuja was quite not what we expected from the Super Falcons, because I followed up with the game, and after scoring that goal, we had a couple of chances, but we fluffed it. South African came at us over and over, thanks to Inadozie Chiamaka, that our goalkeeper. She was fantastic on the night. But going to Pretoria in South Africa, I feel that we've got, big side. Kanu is there, Rashida Tajibade is there, Rinsola is there, and I feel we've got the talent to get us through to the Olympics, and hopefully the scoreline will be decent in South Africa for Super Falcons.
Right. You want to chip in?
No, not really, but for me, I just hope they come out victorious in South Africa. It's going to be a very difficult game because we're playing against 12 with the fans behind them. All right, so it's going to be a very difficult game. But if they show seriousness, I'm sure they will get a draw enough to sail them through.
Is it finally?
Obviously, it'll be difficult. We've managed to get the win on home ground. You get.
We managed penalty.
It's a win. A win is a win.
A win is a win, and
I'm not convinced.
When IBK says
We're against Europe in the second half.
Is his right? You have a goal advantage
Of
going
course.
into that game. And
Psychologically, it helps you.
I don't know. Just manage the game as best as you can and just get a win. Just get over the line. At this point, it doesn't matter how you qualify.
Exactly.
All that matters is that you qualify.
You qualify,
So just
yeah.
get the job done there, and that's it.
All right, big thanks, guys. We're wishing the Super Falcons the best as they play that second leg against the Bear Girls from South Africa, Bayern. That's on Thursday. Hopefully, they can see through and qualify for Paris 2024. And I'm very sure some of the guys here will be there to go see games across board, from basketball to tennis, to football, to badminton, to track and field events.
Yeah.
Hopefully, God spares our life till that time. And finally, the trivia is back right about now. Just one question. Who gets the answer first? I will be rewarding that person on our next show live on the program. When the Champions League was revamped, listen to the word, revamped. Which team won the first edition?
Barcelona.
0. It is 0.
AC Milan.
Nope.
Real Madrid.
Absolutely not. The first team to win the revamped Champions League was Olympic Marseille, led by an African player back there. I think it was from Ghana. Abedi Pele. And so that was in 1991. You can go fast check.
Fact check it.
Okay, it was Barca that won 92. I think it was 92.
So it was 1991. So it was all about Olympic Marseille back then, winning the only Champions League title for French or the France, France, so to speak. On that note, we have come to the end of another interesting, beautiful program. We discussed quite a lot, just like Abigail would say, quite a lot we have discussed on the program today. And I had massive fun, mad fun with the guys here in the studio. But the biggest fan that we have are you guys watching us all the time. We implore you to call more friends, to always subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always feel free to ask any question that gets you talking at any point in time. The Champions League, the league, the running, you have your say on that. And let's always converse at any point in time. Big thanks to Izu for being part of the program, Roy for big occasion, as well as the man with the Lamba, IBK Sport for Shizu. My name is Farouk Adetola. Big thanks to the guys making this happen all the time. Until we see you again on to another interesting edition, we're out.